Rowley was born on December 20th, 1954 in New Hampton, Iowa. She came from a strong military background. She began her career in the FBI in January 1981, serving in the regions of Nebraska and Mississippi, and years after, she spent her time investigating organized crime in New York City in 1984.
The FBI made mistakes prior to September 11th. I made a little mistake. If you look at my letter, I made a mistake on the first page. I got the date wrong. It was August 16th. I proofread it once and I missed it. We all make mistakes, and I think that there are other levels of our criminal justice system. There are other federal agencies I'm not going to talk about, but there are also the prosecutors when you try to go criminal. There's entities in the Department of...
Rowley, in an interview, says that she believes that the United States government tried their very best to cover up the information that they knew about September 11th.
The United States was not able to stop or prevent or reduce 9/11. Yes, I totally am that way. I think the 9/11 commissioners believe that too.
Do you believe there was some kind of a conspiracy to cover up some government?
Well, okay, now we're going back to my memo. You should pull. You should actually pull up my memo, because in my memo, in the first or second line, I said it is wrong to puff, shade, skew, massage, tailor, or firm up statements of fact.
Do you believe there was a conspiracy to cover up some 9/11 has taken place?
And what I said is these terms are all kind of lighter forms of saying cover-up. That's exactly... Listen, it's not a question of belief. I was actually inside the FBI, and after 9/11, man, it wasn't just the FBI either. No one really had a big incentive to tell the full and complete truth. When I just mentioned about George Tenet being briefed on August 23rd, he didn't go to the press. When you folks were interviewing Condi Rice or George Tenet or even President Bush about the presidential brief, did they tell you? Did anyone in the administration voluntarily tell you about the presidential brief? Did they tell you, George Tenet tell you that he was briefed on the Moussaoui case? Okay, and those are just little examples. And so what I am privy to was that there was not a lot of forthcoming truth after 9/11 for a lot of reasons. It's human nature not to want to tell the full,
In May of 2002, Rowley brought several of the pre-9/11 lapses to light and testified to the Senate Judiciary Committee about what she believed the government had known about the attacks of September 11th. Though in 2003, following an unsuccessful and highly criticized attempt to warn the director and other admission officials about the dangers of launching the invasions of Iraq, though Rowley was very successful in having the United States Armed Forces to be trained with the strategy that the government, military, law enforcement, and businesses should use, which is called counterterrorism. Counterterrorism strategies include the attempts to counter financing of terrorism. In 2004, Rowley retires from the FBI, and in 2006, she made a big bid for the U.S. House of Representatives for Minnesota, but lost to Republican incumbent John Klein.